Cure, Disintegration versus The Cure's Wish. It is Disintegration was May 2nd, 1989. Wish is April 21st, 1992.
Join the debate, bring your own cup. Hard rocket kings with a full plate. Heels and quads, you can't run late.
I pulled this straight from Wikipedia. Note for Disintegration, the CD and cassette copies of Disintegration listed Last Dance and Homesick as bonus tracks, as they were not included on the original vinyl issue of the album in any country. Vinyl reissues of the album 2010 onwards were expanded to double LPs and include these tracks. So I'm assuming because it's 72 minutes and like 43 seconds or something like that. If you take those two songs out, it puts it at like 59, 57. So I'm assuming they just wanted it under an hour.
Okay.
But yeah, so they in 2010 when they reissued them on vinyl, they put it in the actual track order that it was intended to be in.
Interesting. There was some things I read about certain like different versions of songs, and like there's a lot.
Yeah, because after Disintegration, they did like a remixes album, and then like there's a greatest hits album that came out a few years ago, and then there's at the same time they released a greatest hits acoustic version, so it's the greatest hits all acoustic.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's different versions of like everything, and on like Apple Music and Spotify, I believe you can find like the demos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, one of the songs, it was on Disintegration, or
yeah, it'll say
says something. There's a demo version too.
Yeah, I think like Pictures of You, it says Robert Smith home demo instrumental or something like that.
Maybe it was something like that. Yeah.
There was a few of those, and then there's a live disc as well.
Okay.
All right.
And I did the 2010 remaster of Disintegration. That's what I listened to.
Did too.
I think that's like the main version you can get. Yeah, okay.
I did that one, and then the deluxe edition or whatever, the new one that came out last year, A Wish. But I only listened to the main album. That's the same thing. They have like the remixes and shit of that on the new one. All right. So opening up Disintegration is Plain Song. Wind chimes to what sounds like an 80s rom-com score. Cool, almost sitar sound. Very dream sequence. Cool synth sound to close. I actually did Wish first on my notes, and then went back and did Disintegration because I listen to Disintegration all the time.
Yeah,
I wanted to do the opposite. And then Open for Wish. Open opens with a very 90s alternative guitar sound. Surprised that they don't open every show with this song. I know that if I heard this to begin a concert, I'd be pretty pumped. Driving drums and with excellent fills from Boris Williams, the former drummer. He's not the drummer anymore. But
Boris.
Oh, Boris.
Boris.
But yeah, those are my notes. Pretty quick on that. I get more in depth. Probably the next track, actually. But.
Well, I'm glad you went in depth. All right, so for Plain Song, for me, album opens with this very melancholy lullaby type synth phrase. The synth pad lead is a pretty common note progression. Lyrics paint a very gloomy picture for the most part, but in a love letter type of way. Very mellow for an opening track. Plain Song did not really as soon as I started the album, it just did not like resonate with me right away. Yeah. It's just like very like, I don't know, end of album, mid album. I don't know. It's not
Disintegration being such a great album. And I mean, it's no secret. That's most people's favorite Cure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's you can tell, even though Robert Smith's lyrics are amazing as usual, but you can tell they're a bit burnout at this point.
Yeah, because they've been going strong for a while. I mean, that's
this is already, they're 10 years in already. Their first record came out in 79.
Yeah. Open from Wish. This one's more my speed. A plucked minor chord seems mixed the same as disintegration, like as far as the levels of everything go. He should have went to bed tonight. I guess that was one of the lyrics. More gothy punk feel here. This is played in a weird tuning. It's G, A sharp, F, G, A sharp, A sharp. Overall, a solid opening track that I dig. That I looked up the tab for that song because I was like, I might learn this, but like weird tuning for sure.
Yeah.
Very weird.
That's
I think it's
really
called
good.
an open tuning. I could be wrong.
Open tuning for open makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe he did that for the live feel.
You know.
I mean, I think it's unanimous. I think open wins this one.
Yeah. Okay. I like it a lot more.
I mean, I like Plain Song. It's just like I said, it was very 80s rom-com movie score type sound, and then we both talked about the synth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I gotta lay off the
froggy
vape ski for a while. But yeah, I mean, open is just more upbeat and kind of, I don't know.
Just kind of leaves it open, you know?
Yeah, it leaves it open. Open leaves it open. And you open the album with open.
Yep.
Pictures of You from Disintegration. Probably my favorite Cure song. Love the bass riff. Simon Gallup is a beast. Everything about this song is perfect. Lots of chimes between the first and two songs combined, if you combine the first two songs. Robert Smith's vocal really grabs you. Pure perfection. He really paints a picture here. Pictures of you. It's fantastic storytelling. You were bigger, brighter. The way he kind of goes up, just that subtle change in the way it sticks out. There was nothing in the world that I ever wanted more than to feel you deep in my heart. There was nothing in the world that I ever wanted more than to feel it breaking apart. It's possibly my favorite verse of any song ever. I don't know why. That
the lyrical content's great.
I mean, I think this is what I was talking to you about when we were at my mom's hanging out. I was like breaking that down for Amanda, and she's just like, you just hear music different than I do, I guess. Like she doesn't feel it. And I'm like, how can you listen to music and not like
you gotta
feel anything?
Yeah, you gotta feel it, man.
But yeah, fucking deep. Is what I said.
Very, very.
High from Wish. Give me the chimes. Some faint do-do-do-do-do-doos. That's a lot of The Cure. There's a lot of do-do-doos.
Oh, there's a lot of do-doos. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Christ at the subtle harmony. So great. A little bit of echo on the vocal from Robert gives it that pop punk goth sound for ambiance. One of our favorite words. That Cure formula of make it sound happy, even though it's that fear of losing the one you love vibe. More cat meows. Meow. Great song.
I like that. That make it sound happy with the fear of losing the one you love vibes.
That's like that's that formula, man.
Yeah.
It's part of the vibe.
Pictures of You. The synths and guitar combo here is poppy but punk and goth at the same time. Those higher notes as a lead in a pop punk song. The Cure was clearly an inspiration to all of them and many. The Cure was clearly an inspiration to all of them and many others. The pop punk people.
Yeah.
Love the effects on the rhythm guitar during the verse sections. It's just a sprinkle of probably 2 or 3 effects, but super effective. It's a love song about the one who got away or is no longer with us or something. Music maintains kind of the same vibe throughout, letting Robert do his thing. And then High, it's a jangle pop song, as they are classified as this on this album. It has that shimmer sound throughout the song as the verse changes to a chorus or back to the verse. I guess it's a great song because it's very successful. It's a very successful single from the record. And I say I guess because I must have been feeling Pictures of You a little more.
Yeah.
I say that.
High's
a good song, but
yeah, it's really good. And honestly, up against each other, it was closer than I thought it would be. But like I said, Pictures of You is my favorite Cure song, so there's no way in hell I'm picking against it.
They're it's a excellent. Pictures of You is awesome. And I'm with you. It's a very it's like a very similar song, but written in different ways. You know, like just the vibe of it all. So, pictures of you.
Close Down from Disintegration. Cool, almost tribal drums over the synth to open. Then a simple pop punk alt goth rock guitar follows because that's simple.
Oh yeah.
So far, I would pair this song with a Cabernet or Merlot. I say this because I've done it several times.
That makes sense.
Apart from Wish, very
That's
gothic,
funny.
churchy intro. Robert sounds like a higher register version of Peter Steele on this one. Very spooky, chilling vibe. Love it. As always, so much going on musically. It sounds simple, but listen more than once. You will catch a new sound each time.
I
Complete
note that.
180 from high.
I note that many times throughout this is that there's so much depth and layers in both albums that like you almost sometimes can't, like sometimes you don't even hear the guitar because it's such a faint sound in the background, but it's like huge because if you take it away, it deconstructs the whole song. Like music, very, very, very musically genius. These guys are.
Yeah.
Close Down. Tom rolls bass and synth, joined by guitar at the minute mark or so. It's their signature thing to make you wait a bit for the vocals? Question mark. Short and sweet though. If only he could fill his heart with love. That was it.
A very emotional guy.
He is a very emotional guy. Apart. The bass line in this one really stands out for me. I fucking love that bass line.
Dude, Simon Gallup, like I said, he's a fucking beast.
Yeah, he's excellent. The hammer on, and then it kind of resolves and comes back around. It seems like I like the more downer / dark feeling Cure songs. The whispered second vocal track or layered vocal track takes a second to notice, but once you do it, it feels more like the two apart are singing it together in different places at the same time. Like whispered, you know?
I make notes of this, like basically everything you just said in other songs.
Yeah, okay.
Because I tried to like break it down where I was only saying so much about, you know, and like kind of like move it around. Like I would say that here also, but I'm going to say it here instead.
Yeah.
What was it? Close Down and Apart, right?
And Apart.
Oh, this is tough. I like them both, honestly.
If it helps you at all, I'm a big fan of Apart.
I am too, and I like that.
But you've paired Red Wine with Close Down, so.
But I mean, you could do that with all their slower.
You can do it with, yeah.
You know?
It's your call, but
no, I'm with you because
the bass, man.
Yeah, the bass and the note that it sounds simple, but listen more than once, you know, to catch all those different layers like you were talking about. Yeah, I'm with you. I'll go Apart.
Cool. And I didn't know until I read it, but I guess Wish is like their most commercially successful album.
Yeah.
I thought Disintegration would be.
And last year was the 30th anniversary. That's why they re-released it.
Ah, okay.
All right. Love Song. With Just Like Heaven and Friday I'm in Love, which comes later. Love Song creates a 1A, B, and C that it would be difficult to choose which is the bigger song. Love the keyboards. Would have loved this or just any Cure song in general to be a Bond song. Favorite part of this one, and if you cough, you will miss it, is when Robert Smith softly sings, Fly Me to the Moon. Just really quiet. Right before the...
So much subtlety in these songs, man. But
this line of my notes is probably the best way to sum it up. Perfect pop song.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a long one, so I'll blaze through it real quick. And that's my note. From the edge of the deep green sea, maracas, acoustic strumming, roll on the hi-hat, maybe a mix of all of these three. So far, kind of bummed out that Simon's bass isn't more out there like it usually is, but not going to complain. Obviously, an overall assessment of the album so far, not just the song. But seems to be the norm for the early 90s. But then again, the Cure are their own thing. That's kind of condescending of itself. Lack of bass in the mix doesn't take from it sonically, and let's face it, it's more about the words. Really clean vocal on the breakdown. on dude, that it's so weird because it's like kind of like distorted but like and compressed, but then on the
Yeah.
breakdown it's really like in your face. Longest song on the record, but it's not a bad thing. An easy listen for sure. While a lot of Robert's lyrics are about heartache and worry of a significant other leaving, since he's been with his wife forever. They've been married since like 88 or something like that.
That's
They've
what he
been
wrote
together-
Love Song about.
Yeah.
Was her.
And I said maybe it's the fear of death or the, just basically the unknown. It's kind of the vibe I get from his writing style. And then, yep, okay. That was it. It was Love Song and From the Edge.
All right. Love Song, a song written as a wedding present to his wife, Mary Poole. Kind of a pretty famous song that has been covered to death, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like I've heard it in many different...
That one, Just Like Heaven, and Friday I'm in Love are the three.
Yeah, okay. Organ type synth with noticeable bass guitar. Do 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 do. I love the bass. Yeah. Organ type synth with noticeable bass guitar, and then the chorus has that famous keys line. Unless it's guitar, I could be wrong. Because the guitar sometimes
I think
sounds...
it's definitely keyboard on that.
Is it?
One.
Okay, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, because there's some songs throughout here where I was like,
oh
yeah.
Well, that's like I said, the maracas, the roll of the hi-hat, like what is it?
Yeah. Of course, has that famous keys line. What a beautiful song to write for your wife. I will always love you. From the edge of the deep green sea, the pace of this works for me, brother. That climb to the end of each verse is a great... The climb to the end of each verse is great, as well as the chorus too. The song creates that downtime bridge part leading into a solo from the guitar. This is total Cure, but off-kilter enough for me to dig. I don't know where I got the off-kilter thing from, but I really dug the From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, and that one was, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of some of the songs on Disintegration that I liked. So, yeah.
I mean, I feel like I have to go with Love Song.
Yeah. Like Deep Green Sea, like I would pick that if it wasn't up against Love Song, but I think Love Song's so fucking famous,
so
and
well
excellent.
known, and it's so perfectly executed.
Yeah, you got to go Love Song.
That's one of the things I love about The Cure is like their goth rock, pop, punk, whatever, alternative. Yeah. Not to be confused with Pat Smear from Foo Fighters.
Yeah, not to be confused.
It like he wrote like the pop songs in kind of like a condescending way. Like he's like, I'm just gonna do it because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
And then when they hit, it's like, because I read something about Disintegration, the tour after is when like I said, you could tell they were burnt out. He said in an interview that they became what he never wanted them to be, and that was a stadium rock band. And the first show they did in the U.S. was at Giant Stadium, and then they did a show at like Dodger Stadium and just stadiums across the U.S. And that's not what that's not really what they are. But if you watch anything from like last year, or whenever, but like even like the arena shows, they sound fucking amazing. Like just their production is incredible.
I have not watched any live Cure, so that's something I need to do. Because
it's so great. And if you want to start easy, start with when they got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
My eyes are fucking with me. Okay, I will listen to that.
Okay, so Love Song.
Yeah.
All right.
Love Song.
Last Dance. This one reminds me of an 80s movie driving scene where the guy almost has the girl of his dreams but fucks it up and ends up driving around in the middle of the night looking for answers. Cool sound though. A cool chattering sound under the vocals almost sounds like they're having a conversation. I don't know if you caught that or not listening.
I did not catch it, but I'm playing it in my ear right now to reminisce. It's not, I don't have it super loud, so I'm probably not going to catch it. I did not catch that though.
Yeah, it's really neat.
It's neat.
beats. So another sound. Not that every other Cure record doesn't have multiple styles, but this is a drastic change from the previous track. Love the breaks on the verses with just the rhythm section keeping the beat while Robert does his thing. Cool track.
Was that Wendy time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't hear you say Wendy time.
This is what happens when you're not listening.
Well, you know what? I'm done, buddy. I'm gonna listen. I just like to make sure because there's some little nuances that I miss. You know.
I wish we could just play the fucking songs. It would make it so much easier.
Because then you could do the same parts over and over. But anyways, we're good. We're good. Last Dance, another long Cure intro. Gets to the point at the 1 minute ish mark. It's a build though, and must be felt out in full. He's so glad you came and remembered how it ended. Shoegazy goth pop type song. I know they're not classified as shoegaze, but it's so shoegazy, all of it. Shoegazy goth pop type song. The guitar echo subtle but pronounced bass and the keys. All these songs have major layers that add so much to the track. I think this is when I kind of started like noticing that. Like, okay, they're all like this. Wendy time, funky. Reminds me of the Stone Roses Fool's Gold with the whammy chops. Fabulous, fabulous. That part had me. I wrote it down. If I didn't read through all the lyrics, I wouldn't know what the fuck is going on half the time. Cool track. Funk the fuck out. It doesn't touch me. It doesn't touch me at all.
It's funky, but it doesn't touch you at all.
Yeah, but it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't feeling Wendy time super a lot. Like, I guess compared to the other tracks, I wasn't super into it. Like, I was into it, but I was like, okay.
It was just kind of grooving, you know.
It was just kind of it was just kind of groovy. I was really just listening to the music.
Had that been like an instrumental, it would have been pretty neat.
Would have been pretty sweet, or delivered differently vocally.
Yeah, with his lyrics, it doesn't fit the song.
It's not,
and I'm not.
Yeah. No, both of these are great records, man. That one was kind of.
Honestly, I thought about like trying to get in touch with Robert Smith's management, like, because I'd love to fucking pick his brain.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
But he's so shy and like
an anti.
Yeah. Like I almost feel embarrassed saying it out loud that I thought about it, because I mean, why would he ever do something like that? But if anybody knows Robert Smith and you're watching this, what's up?
Anyways, thinking Last Dance.
I kind of dig Last Dance because, like I said, it kind of reminds me of like a movie driving scene.
Yeah, I like Last Dance, man.
Yeah, and I like Wendy Time. It kind of almost reminded me of like a late Prince record, like when he got really funky towards the end.
Yeah,
it's kind of what it reminded me of.
I think they get to a point with Wish, I think, where they're kind of trying some. I mean, it's still the same formula, same kind of stuff, but I think you got to start trying different stuff because, like you said, they're burnt out. You know, it's like let's do something different here.
Yeah.
And Wendy Time, like I said, it's a cool song, man. I just wasn't. I guess it didn't touch me, according to what I said. But Last Dance, Last Dance is a cool track, man.
Yeah.
Just the whole thing.
The whole vibe.
The whole thing.
Lullaby. This guitar riff is so fucking cool. And that drum beat with the funky bass sound. Fucking A, this song is great. The video is weird as fuck, but equally as cool, minus the ghost stuff. Fuck ghosts. Love the whisper vocals for ambiance, of course. Goes back to what I said about dream sequences. Also, the Spider-Man isn't having shit of me for dinner. Fuck that. Killer track.
The Spider-Man. I had to look at the lyrics to make sure he was saying the Spider-Man.
Doing the Unstuck. Love that fucking title.
Not to be confused with stuck porn. Because you would confuse the two.
Stepmom is stuck under the sink.
Oh no, stepmom, you're stuck under the sink. She's like, I need
never
a
their
cough.
name, is it?
No, it's always stepmom.
Open with Robert and an acoustic. Again, a stray from the quote-unquote formula, but a cool spastic sound once the drums hit and the whole band kicks in. They do that a lot. It's like I call it
Yeah.
spastic, but it's just kind of like all over the place.
It kind of, yeah.
I don't want to do like the Peanuts dance,
No, it is. I mean, it is spastic because they get,
Uh,
it's very spread out.
Seems to be the highest the vocals have been in the mix so far. There's my first note of the mix, but it comes a lot later. But yeah, that's my notes.
The mix thing too, it's interesting because towards the end of Wish, there's some tracks where the bass is like right there and loud, and I'm like,
And
where was
notice
this
that
the whole
in
time?
the beginning of Wish, I complained about the bass not being too
About the
loud.
bass not being loud enough, because throughout Disintegration, the bass is like a main instrument.
Yeah.
Like all of these tracks have some bass. Lullaby, first of all, this went on the liked playlist because I'd never heard it, but this is
Really?
a fucking sweet track. Yeah, I've never heard it, man.
Dude,
and that is a cool track.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the video, like I said, the video is cool too. It's just a little weird.
Spotify plays some kind of little thing, like him laying in bed.
Yeah. Well,
it just kind of loops it.
He's scared of the dark or whatever in this song. It's weird.
Okay, yeah. Lullaby, shoegazy start leads into this poppy beat on drums. I am. Cocteau Twins. Leads into this poppy beat on drums and bass. The pads hum the melody. This went on the liked playlist. That is noted. Those key stabs during the verse add so much to the verse and play well with Robert's lyrics. And I love how the song goes out. Harp pads doubled, creating this latency feel that I question mark. That's so cool, man. It's so cool. I put the harp pads doubled and creating a latency feel. There's another word I'm looking for. It's kind of, I can't remember the damn word, but it happens when you double guitar tracks and they're kind of off, and it makes this weird sound, but phasing effect. It's a phasing effect. So the harp pads doubled in creating this phasing effect.
Mm-hmm.
Phasing.
There's a phasing I do when I mix my vocals on songs that I do, and it gives it a weird effect.
It just change. Yeah, it does. Man.
Yeah,
it's a phaser without the phase. Doing the unstuck, not to be confused with stuck porn. Dig the vibes on this one. Let's get happy. Could have been a radio single with the hook and the upbeat feel. Always let the Cure guitar or keys note progression take you on a journey. I can get down with this one. Not a lot of notes on that, but I dug the unstuck. But I mean,
Lullaby is a fucking banger.
It's just it's a landslide, dude. That is such a cool song.
It's definitely my top 10, maybe top 5.
That would be right there. Like, I mean, my infancy in the Cure music, like that's my favorite song, and I love Prayers for Rain. So yeah.
Okay. Fascination Street. Oh, there we go. Do it one more time.
That little that's the part that had me. I was like,
it's
I was like,
I'm trying to think. What's that? I'm trying to think of the Billy Idol song now, and I'm blanking out. Where it's got that. It's the same. It's like the same tone.
Okay, we'll circle back to it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out, and I'll put it in the notes or something.
Billy Idolish.
Not to be confused with Billie Eilish. Fascination Street. Fucking bass. Such a fun groove.
Yeah.
Almost 2.5 minutes on the intro, but I'm not complaining. Again, I'm not complaining. Lyrics are kind of fucked up, but in a good way. Cut the conversation. Just open your mouth. Double entendre. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Friday, I'm in Love. Ooh, this is going to be tough. One of the biggest hits. Obviously mentioned it already. If you don't know this one, you're a bozo and don't deserve my thoughts. But in all honesty, perfect pop song. Excellent production. Had radio, MTV all over it before anybody even heard it. And this song was everywhere after everybody heard it. Just noticed a few weeks ago, he says Tuesday, and only noticed because Amanda is obsessed with it.
Okay. All right.
Tuesday, because when I sing it, I'm like just like Tuesday. I just say
Yeah.
Tuesday, and then like when I'm listening, like really listening to it, especially with earbuds in, I'm like, oh my god, he says fucking Tuesday.
That's why you
Yeah.
catch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fascination Street, gothy punk intro AF. Love that poppy snare sound on this record, and I mean poppy as in like it pops. It's very pop, not like poppy. So I love the pop snare on the record.
the snares turned up a bit in the mix on this one.
Yeah. And then my next note, the bass is super sick here. Got some crunch, but not too much, driving the song. Song maintains the same instrumental parts, but it feels like its layers just keep growing as it goes along, creating a lot of depth throughout this and every other track on the record. But this one especially, like I just really noticed just the growth of the song as you keep listening. Friday I'm in Love, another single off the record. I feel like I've heard this in passing before, but never seeked it out. Not really my kind of jam, but I'm down with it either way, as one of those songs you just like because what's to hate about it. I never knew that was such a popular song. I mean, I guess that one, like I said, I've heard it.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a big one.
The only song that I'm really bummed out that we didn't get to cover is Just Like Heaven, which was on Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, the song, the album before Disintegration.
Yeah.
Because like that song is literally like top 5 best pop songs ever.
Yeah.
It's so
Just
good.
Like Heaven.
But that, Friday I'm in Love, and Love Song are 3 just perfect pop songs. And I mean, I'm sure like diehard Cure fans will disagree, but those are
of course
the 3 like that everybody should know.
Oh yeah, I know Just Like Heaven.
Yeah,
I know that. I just have to listen to it at a different time. I got to keep Lullaby cured up though, so I can listen to it when I get done. It's such a good one.
while you're cooking dead then.
Mm-hmm.
This one's
I'm
tough,
trying to
man,
pick my notes
because I like both songs a lot, and I don't want to pick the obvious pop,
yeah,
because I like the layers of Fascination Street.
I am a fan of Fascination Street because it's weird and gothy, and I love that.
Yeah,
But Friday I'm in Love, I understand
yeah,
why it's a single and why it's a great song and why everybody covers it. So if you pick that, I'm all in.
I'm gonna go with
it.
Friday I'm in Love because Disintegration is, I mean, probably most people won't even click on this because they'll be like, obviously Disintegration.
That's what Zach said when I told him we were doing this.
Yeah.
He was like, well, Disintegration obviously wins, but Wish has a lot of really good tracks. And then he proceeded to break it down for me.
Right. Wait, who said that?
Nesbitt.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Yeah. X-Pac.
Not to be confused with Trisket.
Not to be confused with Trisket, yes, because you would confuse Nesbitt and Trisket.
Yeah.
It's easily, I used to call him Zach Trisket all the time.
Bisquick.
Okay.
Oh, wait, shit, it's me. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, puff that vape ski.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. I bloody forgot.
I forgot, mate. Oh, shit. We got a good point tonight. Yeah, we got the main band and play some music, yeah. Sometimes they fucking mumble so hard, I'm like, what?
Huh?
Of course, they listen to us talking like, you're so fucking stupid, not sophisticated, and we are.
Speak the Queen's English, mate. Prayers for Rain. Always love in songs where the sound of shuddering skips. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that played backwards?
That's what I was wondering, man. That's what I was wondering. The way it is, it has that kind of that like rewind sound.
Yeah.
I don't know what that effect is called, but I know. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
And I was wondering if you were gonna get it when I said shuddering skips. I was like, I don't know if anybody's gonna understand what I'm talking about. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's the only way I could.
That's a good way to word it. That's I would have never worded it that because I'm not, good with English.
The kings of long intros. But when you can't read the words like on Apple Music or Spotify, it leaves you wondering when the lyrics are coming and makes you wonder what they might say. Strangle me? Oh boy, we're getting freaky now. The song structure is so well done that even when songs go a bit long, it seems quick. Trust. Excellent piano with an organ intro. So that you got the keys, and then you've also got keys that are mimicking an organ. With a clean electric over it and some strings to set the mood. I can't read. Somber with a nice echo with a double layer vocals. A bit slower and a change of pace for us, but it's nice sometimes. Beautiful song.
Nice. Prayers for Rain. This is the first Cure song I got hooked on. It just fit the feel at the time, something like that. Layers and effects out the ass again in a good way. The guitar maintains the plucked parts, pads, and bass synth hold the foundation with the violin type keys occasionally playing a great melody. And I say occasionally because it only comes around a certain amount of times. These drums make it feel like an odd time with the tom roll. Love this one. It's like the way the toms are in it. I'm like, okay, no, it's normal. He's just doing it all like it's kind of off. It's weird, but it's great. This song's I love Prayers for Rain. I love this song. It was the first like one I was really introduced to, and I was like, oh my god.
So when was this? Like, was this years ago, or is this?
It's been a couple years now. Yeah, it's been years. Yeah, I would say years ago at this point.
Because when I brought it up, I was kind of like tiptoeing around it because I was like, I don't know, The Cure doesn't really seem like it's up.
No,
there.
I dig The Cure.
And then you were like, oh yeah, I love it, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
Cool. I wish I would have known that. It would have made it a lot easier.
I for sure dig The Cure. it's not one I listen. It's always playing for me, you know.
Right.
But it's like after listening, I'm like, yeah, I should probably give the whole discography a listen.
Yeah.
But Prayers for Rain was my first ever favorite Cure song. It probably still kind of is. But
these records are on the top of my vinyl seeking list right now, and Disintegration is tough to get right now.
Is there not any reissue or anything?
There's a reissue, but it's sold out everywhere.
Okay.
Like I can get one on eBay and it's like $32.95, but I could wait for it to be back in stock at Walmart and it's like $29.95. So it's like $3 extra. Do I want to wait?
Yeah, but shipping on eBay, so it's like $37.
No, it's free shipping.
Oh, it's free shipping. Okay, tax, you know,
tax.
Walmart has it too, but
yeah. So I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna break down and buy it this week though, because I really want it.
It's a good record, man. Trust, a track that plays in the background as I clean house or get work done. Another one I'm not really looking for, but it is a good track musically and works perfect for the pace of the album, keeping the flow of things. So, and I don't remember a ton about Trust because I think at this point I was kind of trying to get through the album from my notes. Like I had listened to it, but
yeah, because you told me that you've been listening to it for a couple of
like 2 weeks on and off, you know, since we postponed. Side B of Disintegration is damn fine. Yeah, see, he is a fan. Well, actually, he turned me on to Prayers for Rain years ago, and he was listening to The Cure and whatever. He was kind of starting to change music taste and experiment a little more, I should say. And then I was like, dude, Prayers for Rain. I listened to it on repeat the whole way home. So Disintegration is dope. Yep.
Yeah, and I agree with him totally. I mean, the whole record's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Prayers for Rain because I'm with you. I think it's a better song. I like the Layers and Trust, but I like Prayers for Rain better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
The shuddering skips for me, I think, is what's doing
the
yeah,
that reverse sound is so cool, and then
fucking cool.
The offbeat drums.
But that was a really big sound at this time. A lot of pop hits had that sound in it.
Oh yeah. Some songs start with the
yep.
You know, like some of them. It's the beat is that.
Yep.
Is reversed.
The one song that comes to mind that starts with it is "The King of Wishful Thinking." I'll get over you. I know I will.
I
that song.
know I will.
But that's how it starts. It goes.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
9, track 9. So
Same deep water as
same
you, right?
same deep water as you, mate.
Might.
Yeah.
Oh, right, love. Sounds like we're getting that rain we prayed for. See what they did there? That's long. That's long-term storytelling, brother.
Whoa.
Reverb or delay on the drums is really cool on this. I think that's that phasing you were talking about.
Probably.
Brooding song.
I'm pretty
Like
fucking smart, so.
Like I said before, I'm not a fan of sound effects on songs, but the thunder here is working for me by helping bring out the visual of the lyrics. A Letter to Elise, one of my personal favorite tracks. Great vibe. Love the subtle bass that mimics the guitar riff. Finally, bass shows up big on this one. Like we said, it shows up later on in Wish. Vocals are clean again. Cool little solo, simple and effective.
Let's see. Letter to Elise is. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. Same deep water as you. The long Cure intro leads up to Robert. Of course it does, Levi. I think that is very. Oh, fuck me. I think.
Yes.
I think I think that is very subtle guitar with the strumming sound, which I think I ended up looking it up, but the strumming sound like deep in the layers in the background, but it holds the track together again.
Mhm.
They have all these little pieces of the song that is so layered that if you took it away, you'd be like, okay, something big is missing.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they're
that's
so
traditionally
minor.
Robert playing the acoustic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I see pictures of him with that. I gotcha.
Mhm.
So that the subtle guitar with the strumming sound, like just those little nuances I noticed. Either way, the other guitar has room to wander with some scales in the downtime. This one is a bit long, but follows that Cure sound to a T, and it makes me want to do drugs. Fuck yeah! That one. Oh, are you watching us on YouTube right now?
I was checking something because you kind of fuzzed out for a second, so
Oh, okay.
I was checking to make sure it wasn't on the YouTube end. So
any song that makes me want to
do
do drugs is a good one. So,
yeah, right.
A Letter to Elise, the last single off the album. I noted at the top of this page too. This is kind of when I start burning out a little bit on doing the notes. So my notes probably get a little weaker here. Not too bad, but they get a little weaker. The last single off the album, constructed about like a Cure song. Some women, shoegazy music, the formula. It's apparently inspired by A Letter to Felice by Kafka, is what I read on the Wikipedia page. It's inspired by that. So, anyways, that's my notes for A Letter to Elise.
Okay.
A Letter to Elise, yeah.
I like them both, but like I said, A Letter to Elise is one of my personal favorites, and I really like the bass on it.
Yes, this is where the bass gets a little louder, I believe. Yep.
And I hate to break Zach Nesbitt's heart, but I'm going with A Letter to Elise. But I agree that side B of Disintegration is really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Disintegration. One quick note: Disintegration or How the End Always Is. Simple, effective, love it. Really cool song, but found myself listening more than wanted to take notes. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Listen to the song. As a matter of fact, listen to all of these songs on repeat. Cut from Wish. Little feedback to open. We got a hot mic, folks. Another one of these spastic pop punk songs. Tons of stuff going on. You have to listen more than once to focus on the lyrics. Great song about someone not giving a shit anymore. Killer outro with the band going bananas.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Not to be confused with Gwen Stefani.
And yes, I did sing it when I spelt it in my notes.
Okay. All right, cool. I do that too, so I know what you're going through there mentally. Disintegration. I looked up this tab to make sure I was hearing bass, and I am, but also noticed that faint strumming is also guitar. Once again, the faint strumming in the background. So many of their tracks have that. There's two guitarists in The Cure, right? Robert
and two others, actually.
and two others. Okay, they're a six-piece or
because one of the guitar players also plays keyboards.
That's right. I read that, and it said that same thing about the bass player too. That sometimes he'll join in on the keyboards. Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, there's always that faint strumming just buried in the background. But again, you take it away, you lose a important part of the song. The bass note progression is a bit of a poppy one, but I dig it. The keys play off of it nicely. Robert sings along in just the right way. Depth again, like a mofo. This part really got me. I need to find that part on Spotify, but the round and round, it's coming apart again, over and over and over. Now that I know I'm breaking to pieces, that part like gave me goosebumps, dude. I don't know why, when he started belting that part out, I was like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. Let me see if I can open up the lyrics and just go straight to it. Unless that's what you're already doing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, man. Pieces. Yeah, dude. That was, oh my God. As soon as that part happened, like I was sitting there writing notes while I was listening to it. And then that came and I was like, hold the fuck on. And I rewound it for a second and was like, oh my God. Like, and the whole song's kind of following the same, like he's doing the same thing, but I don't know, when he just starts belting out round and round and round, I was like, whoa, this is
not to be confused with round and round.
Goes around, comes around.
And you're back. You're back for more.
So Disintegrate, yeah, that was I liked that song a lot.
Yeah.
The title track. Cult. Kind of the same or similar type groove as Open. 16th notes on the hi-hat with the pop snare. I don't know what you call that groove on the snare, but I put in parentheses that I play because usually when I warm up I go. Anyways,
I know exactly what you're talking about though.
Didn't really note much because I jammed to this one the whole way through. A bit more my style. I like both albums and the band, but have to be in a Cure mood sometimes. Oh, okay. Way to be a dick about it, Levi. just blew the song. There goes our chances of
ever having Robert Smith on.
I don't know, but I dug Cult because it did remind me of that. It was kind of that pop rocky with the goth sprinkle like Open is. But anyways, yeah, I dug Cult as well.
Instead of Salt Bay, it's Goth Bay. We just
Goth Bay. Yeah.
I am gonna go with Disintegration. I don't know if you noticed it, but there's like a glass shattering. Effect.
Yes.
Did you notice that?
It's in a couple. Well, it's that shimmery sound in the others.
Yeah. But it's more. It sounds more like glass breaking in this one.
Yeah.
And I think that's what did it for me. And like I've said it 1,000 times on these, like when there's a song with sound effects in it, I usually fucking hate it.
Yeah.
But something about theirs, it's like, because his lyrics are so like graphic, like you visually you see it. Not
those samples just kind of add to it.
You can hear with your eyes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Disintegration this time.
I'm totally down with that because just that little over and over and round part just fucking did it for me. I got the bone ski.
Little bonerino.
Little bonerini.
Let's see. Homesick, right? Yeah.
So homesick.
Guitar bass almost has a Spanish or flamenco style of picking on this one. Another cool, different sound. Another sexual song, Honey Cleaning to His Dick. That's pretty cool.
Does he say that?
No, but he talks. Hang on a second. I got a visitor.
I heard the door. I did not hear the penis part. But I guess I'll have to seek the penis out, you know. That's what we do when we're looking for it. Backski?
Yeah, now I am.
Okay.
No, he doesn't say it, but it's kind of like implied. Like
Okay.
he misses the vagina is how I understand.
Well, we all do when we're out of it.
Yeah, especially when you're in Chicago in a room with your co-host of a podcast and you just want to be home.
You start looking at hairy assholes differently. The Bud Light Limes start talking. Nothing weird happened in Chicago. Not there's anything wrong with it.
There's not at all.
You know, we're very comfortable with being straight. Yes. That's all.
To Wish Impossible Things. Amazing sound from the viola. Not to be confused with the violin or the areola.
Areola. That's what I was going for.
This one almost has an Irish feel. Love the production on this one.
Irish.
And let's face it, we not that there's anything wrong with it. We all wish impossible things. Man, they sure don't make music like this anymore. No auto-tune bullshit here. Real musicians and producers putting the fucking work in. Also, now I'm craving corned beef and cabbage.
Talk about, you talk about the Cure, like the Cure is apparently like poppy, dude. Like pop has not even it's not even the same ballpark as shit like this back in the day, dude. Like this is music.
Yeah.
The top 10 right now, or whatever the fuck is on that, I don't even listen to it. That's just recycled chord progressions and fixing vocals on your audio workstation. Like some of them are great, don't get me wrong. Some people do have a voice.
But 90%, 97% don't.
It's all
like
fixed.
when Amanda's friends will post like concerts they're going to, I've never heard of 70 to 80% of the people they talk about.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm
so out of touch with reality. One of my favorite songs from the band for sure. Maybe he was talking Disintegration. Or he was talking about Homesick. I don't know.
Homesick, maybe.
Which track, Zachy?
All right.
He'll get back to us.
All right, go ahead. Homesick.
Did you do To Wish Impossible Things?
Yes, that's the one where I talked about the viola.
Oh, okay. Homesick. Nice piano and guitar harmony melody to kick this off.
Disintegration he was talking about.
Okay, yeah. Disintegration is like it's right there with Lullaby and Prayers for Rain, man. It's so good. Nice piano and guitar harmony to melody to kick this one off. Man, this one has such a deep and dark feel to it. Just the music before the singing even begins. When that deep bass comes in, that's the beefiest of all the album. The music fades out a bit to just violin, guitar, and piano, and that almost talks on its own, which it kind of does. But like, I like how the rest of the band fades out, and then they just keep those like 3 or 4 instruments there and just let it do its thing, man. Like that was very well. Like this is all very well constructed music. These guys are music geniuses, man. To Wish Impossible Things. Wish ... Get it?
Yep. I almost noted that too.
Yeah.
I was like, Levo have me covered.
Yeah. Lighters lit in the room, swaying left to right. Drums are replaced by rototoms, bongos, or a cajon, however you say those.
Cajon.
Little box, you know.
Cajon. Yeah, I know. The little.
Yeah. Cajun. Definitely a slow closer song, maybe a downer before an upper at a live show. I can definitely drift away to this though. On To Wish Impossible Things.
I'm going Homesick.
I'm down with it, man. I think it's just a beautiful song. It's beautiful.
To Wish Impossible Things really just made me want corned beef and cabbage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. Never mind. I got those. I thought you were going on about Homesick, and I was like, I don't remember the Irish vibes.
No. Homesick was, I said, the flamenco style.
Yeah, okay.
That made me want tacos.
Surprise. Yeah.
Untitled. Accordion synth. Kind of sounds like Rhythm of My Heart by Rod Stewart.
That's what I was looking
by Rod
for.
Stewart. This has got an Irish feel too. But it's Disintegration this time and not Wish. Weird, huh?
Vish.
Sounds like Rhythm of My Heart by Rod Stewart, which came out 2 years later, actually. So I guess that sounds more like this, if you want to be technical. Love the bass and drum fills over the lyrics. Always going to note that. Gives it a massive sound for such an emotional song. End. From Wish, the end, the last song is End. We open with Open and we end with End. Let's tell a story, Robert Smith. What were you going to say?
I did not listen to End.
Oh,
I was done at Two Wish Impossible Things because I didn't know there was an end to this album.
Oh, okay. Well,
Even we saw it. So okay.
We open with Open and we end with End. Let's tell a story, Robert Smith. Cool, grungy, muddy guitar sound. Wonder if this is where Marilyn Manson got his influence on the cover of Sweet Dreams. I note that a few times throughout our shows. That cover. The Cure was a big influence on him. Too bad he's a piece of shit. Big Stone Temple Pilots Bush Soundgarden vibes here. Recorded and released at the boom of grunge. Wonder if the boys were sending a message with "We can do this too" and put our spin on it. Solid ending to a great record.
Well, I will listen to End after the end of this because I don't know why I didn't do that. Are you still going?
No.
Oh, you were looking at your phone.
I was just I was making sure I got everything, and then I started nodding.
You're like,
no.
You started not.
I was still singing Rod Stewart in my head.
Oh, you're like going down. Untitled. I wrote Squeeze Box with a question mark. Squeeze Box? No, I was talking about an accordion, man. I knew it was an accordion.
Yeah. Squeeze Box is
Mama's
it's got accordion. A squeeze box. Daddy never sleeps at night.
Accordion. Drums are louder here? Question mark. Which they were. Another simple but huge plucked guitar piece. The guitar chords are a pretty chord progression used in many tracks. None of which I can name, but I know they've been used before. Probably ripping off the Cure, I guess. I don't know. Great drifty closing track. You almost want that. You almost want that with this versus metal closers being epic and huge that we've done before.
Or instrumentals, traditionally.
Or instrumentals, yeah. Doubled guitar with echo or heavy delay. Or that, kind of out of time. I just remember that part comes around in this and they're doubled and I'm like, it's like they're doubled. I don't know. It was hard to explain. It was interesting the effect they had that made, but it was pretty sweet to end the album. And then End I really don't have an input on apparently because what you said, I guess, if it's grungy, but I will listen to that. I think that's pretty cool. Sounds up my alley.
Yeah. Hang on just a second. Got a visitor again.
Okie dokie. Well, hello there, young mate. Yeah. We're talking about the Cure here. Robert Smith. Not Robert Plant, although he is a British man as well, yeah. Englishman. He's a great Englishman. Yeah. The Plant and the Smith of the Robots.
Speaking of Robert Plant, it's funny you mentioned that. There's a song on Disintegration that you really liked called Lullaby. Well, yeah. Robert Plant covered it.
Did he really?
Yeah. And it's pretty fucking good.
I'm going to have to check it out.
I'll send it to you real quick.
Okay. Who do you choose there at the end? You do End or Untitled?
I like them both. But I feel like it's only fair since you didn't know about End that we picked Untitled.
Okay, we can do that.
Since you didn't listen to it, and we knew Disintegration was going to win going in, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, disclaimer. So if End is a better track, I'm sorry, but I guess I didn't listen to it because for some reason my mind ended with before that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks out of 12 win on Disintegration. So hey, Wish was a great album, man. Mm-hmm. I was down with that album, but I it's
tough when you're going up against a landmark album like
yeah. Yeah, man. That's like, that's like the Metallica's Black album. That's
And it's
uh,
half of Led Zeppelin, by the way, because
Purple
Jimmy
Rain.
Page is there too.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
They did a tour together in, like, I think it was 95. It said.
Oh, I see. Page and Plant. Yeah, it's a day before my second birthday that they did this show.
Yeah.
That's pretty coolio.
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, man. Disintegration wins. Zach called it, but hey, who didn't? Because
Yeah,
I
I knew.
think we called it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I knew
it was
fun
going
to do it, and it was fun to do it up against each other.
Of course. Well, like Wish. I mean, there's fans out there who can pick the other album. Like it's like I'm sure some people listen to Wish and they're like, I like it more because it's more mainstream or whatever. I don't know. Disintegration. Well, Disintegration was mainstream as well, but
yeah,
like,
but in
it
a
just
different
has
gothy, punky way.
Yeah,
Pop punk.
and Disintegration just has more tracks that resonate with me, and I guess for you too, because we picked some of the same ones. But
Wish, to me, like I said it on End, it's got kind of a grungy alternative vibe more, and not that The Cure doesn't have alternative times in their previous stuff, but
yeah,
just on that one, it's almost too mainstream for the time. Like I said, it was recorded and released at the height of
the grunge era. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool that they did it because it is, like I said, they're showing, bands like Nirvana and Soundgarden and, Pearl Jam and all those bands. Hey, you can do this and you can be at the top of charts, but we can do it too. And our album's going to chart in the top 15 or 10, whatever Wish was. Because I think Disintegration was like 13 in the US, but it was like number 3 in the UK, which is kind of weird. I figured it would have been the number 1.
They, they're in a league of their own though. So when Wish comes out, it's like, the height of but see, even at the height of the grunge era though, like obviously grunge was huge, but those people who listen to grunge still listen to stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like the 90s music was just huge in general, especially the early 90s, like 80s to mid 90s, like music was just at a peak. And then mid to late 90s music all kind of like got weird for a while because like the new metal was coming around, that was like taking over the world, and then alternative rock and grunge was kind of phasing out. The grunge bands were kind of changing a little bit on their own, becoming a little more Soundgarden-ish, like everything was just, it was the mid to late 90s of music is just an interesting like Anthrax, for instance, like some of their albums kind of like the same band and the same kind of music.
Joey was gone, so their sound kind of changed.
It was John Bush. Yeah. Although the album The Sound of White Noise, I think from 92 or 90, I think 93, I like that one a lot with the song Only. Only is a fucking awesome track. If only you hadn't taken things out of my hair.
But like with what you were saying, like The Cure, like they don't really have like a set genre.
No, they're so all over the place.
I think they kind of get a bad rap, and I think that's probably what turned me off. Like I always like the hits, but like not until last year did I really get big into them. And it was kind of just that stigma of like, oh, they're goth or emo or whatever. And now
I love that shit, though.
But I don't care anymore. It's just like, because back in like high school and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to be emo. Like I had friends that were emo or goth or whatever, but I didn't want to like wear guy liner and stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
wasn't my style.
No, it just wasn't my style. And I thought if I listened to that kind of music, that would rub off on me. And now I'm like, fuck, dude, this is just good music, man. And I'm kind of bummed because I missed out. I mean, I probably would have seen The Cure like fucking 20 times by now.
Yeah, especially back in their peak days. Well, let's be real, those kids in school who called themselves goth were not actually goth. They were just,
they all work at banks and shit now.
Yeah, for real though, man, they do. That's literally like all the scene kids, because that's what it was. Like it was goth, and then it kind of transformed to scene.
Yeah. And I always shopped at Hot Topic, but I bought like Van Halen
still do.
shirts.
I still do. Yeah, exactly. I buy the Maiden shirts and shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, that was a fun review to do though.
Yeah,
good little
episode.
Changing up the music. I think I might stick with my shoegazy thing. We might do Deftones for my next.
Okay.
It would be White Pony versus oh my god. I always forget the name of the album with the chick on it. I just always forget the name of that album.
I know the cover.
Yeah, and I'm trying to. What the fuck? Deftones. I'm thinking this is what we'll do, but Around the Fur. That's what it's called.
Well,
White Pony.
we did the Cure, and these were both long albums, dude. All the songs were long,
Oh,
except for the
Around the
hits.
Fur's. Around the Fur's 10 tracks. White Pony's 12. So we might not do that. What?
Figure it out.
Remove from your library.
Here
I
you
didn't
go.
remove anything from my
Zach
library.
chimed
Anyways,
in.
Around the Fur. Yeah. He knows. Yeah, exactly.
And we'll do yours in a couple of weeks. I'll put out some. Well, we won't have any video for next week. We're caught up completely. We have nothing in the vault.
In the bag.
So
Now this is on here now because you're done with the vault. Yeah,
but
so
the
this is now
audio
complete.
won't come out until later. I'm behind on audio because I keep pushing it off because it's a pain in the ass, and our YouTube is more popular now than it ever has been. So I push this way more than I push the audio.
Let me see. And we need to take it home anyway. But
Yeah.
I was gonna see. Let's see. White Ponies, 12 tracks. We might do. I wanted to do Deftones, but let me see. Is this 12? It's 11. So even their self-titled is 11 versus 12, which that's not too bad.
I mean, if it's close, it's close. Like I've always said, we could cut the end off unless it's like monumental to the record.
Yeah.
Which or just listen to it and discuss them. We won't have to put them up against it.
Ooh, yeah, that's tough because White Pony, the second to last track on it is Change, and that's like the Deftones song, you know? That's kind of tough to not have against something else.
Is there an instrumental before that anywhere?
I don't think on that album. I thought there was one track that was like a weird track that didn't matter, but that might be. I'll look into it. I'll let you know for sure.
Okay.
But I was leaning towards Deftones. I mean, I have been for a while, but if we don't do that, I'll figure something else out. That's kind of
well. And what we could do next week, if we want to take a break from this, we could do like picks of the week or whatever again. You could try that again because you only did one. I've done like 17.
Yeah. We're all live stream.
We could do that, and then the next week we could do Deftones or whatever you decide to do.
Yeah.
Because then I got to start thinking about what I'm going to do next. But
yeah, well, you know, it's a task for me to do it in the first place, so you got some time. It's a task for me to do anything.
I mean, and I was excited about doing the Cure, obviously, but it was like difficult because like when I listen to him, I just listen to him to listen. I don't want to take notes and like feel like I hate like, especially when it's mine. I always feel like I'm picking shit apart, and I don't like it.
Same.
Because it almost makes me feel like I don't want to listen to it anymore.
Well, and that I hated it with the Cure because some of the tracks towards the end of the album, I start kind of getting like I'm a little cured out, you know. I'm like, okay, it's
and then you're gonna go listen to Lullaby after this.
But it's like I don't want to get to a point with the tracks where I'm like, okay, I need a change of pace here.
Right.
But anyways, so
so next week sometime we'll do the hangout for Patreon.
Yeah.
Like I said, the only day I can't do next week is Thursday. I have my sleep apnea test.
Okay.
So that's the only day I can't do. Or I guess it would be Wednesday because I have to stay overnight, I believe is what it is.
Okay.
Or maybe it's Thursday into Friday. I don't remember. It's the 1st, whenever that is. I think it's Thursday.
All right.
Okay.
Well, hopefully your test goes. Hopefully you don't have sleep apnea. First of all.
Well, hopefully I do, and that's what's wrong with me. And
okay, well maybe hopefully
that I'm like brain dead or something.
You go to sleep and you're like, all right. I know a lot of people have it, man. They sleep with the CPAP. We'll figure out content for next week of some sort. Like I said, I might even just stream me playing Call of Duty.
Even that's just something. That's why I've put so many out, just to put shit out.
Now, are they archived on there, or do they disappear after they're gone?
Okay. Yeah. Anything you live stream like this will be on there.
Well, some people don't leave it on there. Some of the people that stream on YouTube. So, anyways, all right, let's take it home. I need to eat. Patreons, thank you to all of you guys for being a part of it.
So you can read it.
The scroll is coming. There we go. Thanks to our amazing Patreons. Eric, Kenny, Sal, Derek, Ray, sweet baby James, Tim, the great Muda, Dan, and our new Patreon, Rob E. Dangerously. That's officially his name. Rob E. Dangerously. But yeah, thank you to the patrons. If you guys want to hang out once a month, join us at patreon.com/heels and quads. And then also bonus content. Tommy hosts a lot of watch alongs. I'll be there at some point.
Maybe you'll show up for the Rumble. We'll see.
Maybe I'll show up for the Rumble. Yeah, because it is the Rumble. But it's not that I do it it's not that I do it intentionally, man.
You're a busy man. I'm home.
Am I though? You know, I mean, yeah, I'm home in the afternoons, but like I don't know, man. So, anyways, Patreons, thank you guys. You make our world go around. We appreciate you guys. If you want to sign up, patreon.com/heels and quads. More to come as we grow.
Yep.
And then, of course, heels and prowrestlingtees.com/heels and quads. Pick up some of our merch if you want some. CarlArnelbobrand.com. Use coupon code heels and quads in all caps. 10% gives you 10% at checkout. And then, you know, all the others. Go Green Hemp, 15% if you use our code at checkout, heels and quads.
Mm-hmm.
That's that, man. Yep. There's the cure. Disintegration wins. What a surprise, but hey.
I loved it, man. That was fun breaking it down.
It was.
All right.
Now I'm going to go break down some food and eat it.
And listen to a lullaby.
Deuces, man.
Deuces, man.
Tell your enemies.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.